Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is September 10th, 2024, and we now have a date for the next Finalissima. Also, according to a former Barcelona scout, Joshua Kimmich wants to come to FC Barcelona. And finally, we're gonna talk about that message that Hansi Flick had for his staff. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the Goal Kids, Kit Bag, or Fanatics. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you hit the Bet Us. All links are down below in the description. Now beginning this video with the huge news that we now know the date for what will be the next Finalissima. Now, if you don't know what the Finalissima is, it's kind of a competition, not really a competition because it's just one match which replaced the Confederations Cup. Because if you might recall, before we had the Confederations Cup, where the winner of each continent participated in a short tournament, and then we would have the Confederations Cup champion that was eliminated by FIFA. And as such, CONMEBOL, which is the football federation for South America, and UEFA, of course, the Football Federation for Europe, decided to come up with this new match called the Finalissima, where the winner of Copa America, so the champion of South America, would face off against the winner of Europe in one match to decide kind of who's the top dog. The first and only Finalissima was between Argentina and Italy, which Argentina won. And well, now we do have the date for the next Finalissima, which of course will be between Argentina, who just won the Copa America once again, and of course against Spain, who just won the Euros. So Lionel Messi versus Lamine Yamal, the GOAT, the 37-year-old GOAT, against the 17-year-old Barcelona prodigy. And it's been reported that CONMEBOL and UEFA have agreed on a date, and the Finalissima match will be in March of 2026. So ladies and gentlemen, mark your calendars, because we're gonna see the GOAT playing against what could be possibly the future GOAT, Lamine Yamal, in March of 2026, which I have to say I'm very excited for this match. Of course, unfortunately, 2026, by then Messi's gonna be probably 38, nearing 39. It's not gonna be as cool of a matchup had we seen maybe Messi in his prime versus Lamine. But of course, when Messi was in his prime, Lamine was only a little kid, so that's not possible. But it's still, I think it's gonna be a very entertaining match. I do want to hear your thoughts and opinions. Who do you think is gonna win that match? My feeling is gonna be Spain. Just as Spain's team is, incredible. Plus, by 2026, a lot of the players in the Argentina squad that were World Cup winners are not going to be there. We know Angel Di Maria, for example, he already retired. It's probably going to be other players. So I don't know if Argentina is going to be the same Argentina that won the World Cup. But nonetheless, I do expect a really good matchup. So I'm very excited for this news. Now, speaking of Lamine Yamal, the Barcelona prodigy has been named the player of the month, the under-23 player, of the month for the month of August. Of course, I told you yesterday that Hansi Flick had won the coach of the month for the month of August. And well, now Lamine Yamal has been announced as the under-23 player of the month for the month of August. And Lamine Yamal beat out other young players such as Pablo Barrios from Atletico de Madrid, Cristiantos Uche from Getafe, Raúl Moro from Real Valladolid, and Alejo Belis from Espanyol to claim this award. And of course, very well deserved for Lamine Yamal, who has scored 1 goal and provided 4 assists in 4 matches. Of course, all these 4 matches were won by Barcelona to begin the FIFA international break on a perfect run. Now, Lamine Yamal has also been nominated for the Ballon d'Or, and he has become the youngest player to ever be nominated to the Ballon d'Or. And he's also nominated for the Copa Trophy, which is kind of like the Ballon d'Or, but for young players. Now, more news, because it's reported, or at least a former scout has announced that Joshua Kimmich wants to join Barcelona. Now, we've talked about Joshua Kimmich these past few days. We know his contract expires next summer in 2025. So far, he has not renewed with Bayern Munich. They're saying that he doesn't have the intention of renewing with Bayern Munich, which means that next summer he will become a free agent. And as such, the reports are that Deco has already started making moves to try to bring Joshua Kimmich to the club on a free basis next summer. And well, now the former Barcelona scout Bojan Krkić Sr., who was also a former scout for Manchester City and who's the father of Bojan Krkić, who currently works in Barcelona and was a former Barcelona player, said the following about the German midfielder. Kimmich really wants to join Barca. Great German and French footballers, when you ask where they want to play, they generally say Barca. Real Madrid also appears as a top option, but in general, the player wants to play for Barca, for its history, for the club, for its greatness. So Bojan Krkić Sr. claiming that Joshua Kimmich does want to come to Barcelona. Of course, my opinion, I'll believe it when I see it. I think we've been hearing for quite some time that Kimmich wants to come to Barca. Kimmich wants to come to Barca. He's not at Barca. So I guess I'll believe it when I see it. Plus, honestly, in my opinion, I think the Joshua Kimmich chapter is over. He's going to be, 30, 31 years old. His best years are definitely behind him. He's going to want a very, very high salary, especially if he arrives as a free agent. We already know that he wants a high salary, kind of one last big contract. If he comes as a free agent, he's definitely going to want a big, big salary. So between his age, his financial demands, and the fact that we already have that position covered and that Flick wants to bet on both Casado and Bernal, I don't see the point of bringing Kimmich. I don't see the point of bringing someone who's already in his 30s, who's going to charge a very, very high salary, only to curtail the growth of players like Bernal and Casado. So I think the club should really put this behind us, but I don't know. I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions, so let me know down below. Would you like to see Barcelona try to bring Kimmich? Yes? No? Let me know why. Now, speaking of Germans, let's end this video with the message that Hansi Flick sent to his staff. Now, it's been reported that Hansi Flick invited his whole staff out to lunch at a famous restaurant in Barcelona called Can Ferran. And no, this restaurant is not owned by Ferran Torres. It's just called Can Ferran. And during this lunch, Flick communicated to his staff a message of unity, togetherness, and continued efforts. Now, what does this mean? Well, during this lunch, Hansi Flick told his staff that all the victories they've had so far and all the victories to come will belong to all of them, and thanks to all of their hard work, not just him. So that's kind of the message of unity and togetherness. And he also encouraged them to continue the same line of intense work they've been doing so far. So Hansi Flick, doing this great gesture with his staff, sharing his, spoils of war with his staff, and of course also encourage them to continue working hard, because of course we've only won 4 matches. The season is very, very long. There's many more matches to come, more competitions to come. So the work has not even began. So Hansi Flick with this message to his staff, which will hopefully keep them motivated so they can continue doing a great job. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. I uploaded one video earlier, a few moments ago. This is the second out of 3rd videos, and I will be uploading a 3rd video later in a few more moments. So stay tuned to the channel. Lots of news today. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, Visca Barça.